What's up everyone? SkateDad is back again with another DIY. Today we are going to learn how to change a vehicle's brake pads. So if your car has been squeaking or grinding when you stop, this is probably one of your issues, is to change the brake pads. So it's a really simple job, pretty inexpensive as well. Most auto stores actually have brake pads at a lifetime warranty, which means if you buy them once and then you change them, and then they go out again in a year or so, a couple years, you can take them back and it's completely covered under lifetime warranty. So if you learn how to do this job, you have to pay for it one time, which is super helpful. So let's go over some tools and then we'll start the job. All right, so first thing you're gonna need is probably your jack and your tire iron right here, because we are gonna have to completely take the wheel off. So a lot of the times those are inside your vehicle in the trunk area. For me, in this little truck, it's behind the seat. So that's super easy. I'm also going to use a jack stand because I don't want to rely on this while I'm working under my vehicle. Just safety precaution for that. Of course, we will need the brand new brake pads. You'll need a socket set to be able to loosen up that caliper, and then you will need a C-clamp to be able to push the piston back in to form to the new brake pads. I've got a rag like always, and then it's kind of hot this morning, so I've got some water. So let's get to it. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna actually loosen your lug nuts while the vehicle is on the ground, because if you go to loosen them after you jack it up, you're just gonna start spinning your tire. So loosen your lug nuts a little bit first. Just kind of get them to where you can hand tighten them. So this you will use your tire iron for. Really easy job. I'm actually going to pop this cap off. Free up that lug nut a little bit. Now I can actually get over it. All right, so lug nuts are loosened. So now I am going to go ahead and jack up the truck. So I'm gonna get this jack to get lowered so I can shove it under there. I like to go somewhere on the body frame, under the vehicle, so it's easy. So I'm gonna go right under here probably, so I can change that. All right, so got that going. So then this is actually part of your jack. Some don't look like this, some do. This is actually one of the easiest ones because I can go under the vehicle and hook it into that jack. And then I can actually start jacking up the vehicle by turning this. And then jack up the car. If you have a hydraulic jack at home, obviously that is the easiest way to do this. But a lot of the times when you're changing a tire on the road or changing your brakes, all you have is this. Okay, take that out. So now I'm going to put my jack stand underneath just to help give me support. All right, so that way, if something does happen with the jack, it falls, that jack stand will grab it before it gets me. Lug nuts off, everything's hand loose at this point. Really easy. You might have to push on your tire because it's gonna wanna be uneven as you're taking these lug nuts off. Okay, lug nuts are loosened. Slide the tire right off. Just gonna lean it up against my truck. All right, so the tire is off. You can see my jack holding up and the jack stand for extra support. So right here, this is your caliper. This is your brake caliper, and right in here are your brake pads. This is your rotor right here, so mine is nice and smooth, which is great. It means I'm not grinding too hard. So in order to take those brake pads off of there, it's actually really simple. There's one bolt right here, and then sometimes you have to loosen this bolt down here. Now this is all it takes to loosen up that caliper. 1 and 2 right here. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna pull this caliper off, and we're gonna take the brake pads off. And even if my brake pads aren't terribly worn, I'm still gonna change them out because I don't think the quality of these pads is too good. If you have some brake pads that have pieces of metal in their makeup, it can cause you to grind and squeal. So that's why a lot of the times you would want ceramic brake pads to do that. So that's what we're gonna do. So we'll knock that out. All right, guys, I'm back. If you notice, this looks a little different. My phone actually overheated and it stopped recording when I did the other side. The other side went really smooth, but lucky for y'all, we have 2 sides. So we're gonna change this side. I am resuming right where I left off. So we're gonna take off that caliper right there. We're gonna pull the old brake pads off, and then we'll replace them, push the piston in, and it's easy. But now I've got some helpers with me. This is my son Jasper, say hi.
Hi.
And then that is my son Hayden back there. He's 3, Jasper's 5. So I'm also love being a dad. Like my name is, it's SkateDad, right? So I skateboard and I do dad projects, and it's really fun teaching your children how to do this kind of stuff. So they're gonna help me, and so if you see them in the video, they get in the way. It is what it is, but we're gonna get going. All right, let's do this. So you're gonna grab your ratchet. For me, it's an 11/16 on this back bolt right here. Okay. So with this truck, you only have to do the bottom bolt, and the caliper will actually lift up like so. Some vehicles, you have to do the top one, and then it comes down. It just depends on what your vehicle's like.
Daddy,
Okay?
look.
It's okay, bud.
It's going away. The paper's going away.
It's okay. So I want to make sure that I am loosening.
Well, these brakes are heavy. Got the paper. These are all the brakes these. Got the paper. Whew. My hands are all dirty, just like yours. Well, that's okay. That's okay.
All right. So see how I just kind of pounded on that ratchet right there? Sometimes you got to break that bolt loose. Hey, don't touch that, buddy.
Don't touch the phone. Don't touch that.
All right. So I'm just going to unscrew this bolt. Once you get it, you can hand loosen it from there. So that's what I'm going to do. So hand loosen just fine. And see how this caliper is actually going to lift right up. So there's my brake pads. Jasper, can you hand me that screwdriver back there? Yep, there you go. Thank you. All right, be careful not to hit this. So I'm gonna pop these brake pads out. 1 and 2. I'm also gonna pop these brackets out. They're these little metal brackets. 1, 2. So you can see these brackets right here, they hold in those brake pads. These are kind of rusted, a little brittle, so I'm popping these out.
What are these?
What are those? Those are lug nuts.
Look, that's funny. They tied up the tire. They tied up the tire. So
They do. They tighten up that tire. Okay, Jasper, in this box.
They're new brakes.
New brakes. And new brackets. So we're going to install those brackets.
Well, look.
Hey, off.
Those brackets look really shiny than the
They look way
dirty
shiny.
ones.
You're right.
They look
All right,
way
so
shinier.
I'm placing these brackets right up here. So as you can get a closer look as to what I'm doing, I'm going to place those metal brackets on where those go. So those spots right there, that's where I'm going to put those brackets.
Oh, already. It's very dirty.
It is windy blowing the leaves. You're right.
It's the old leaf that's trying to get dead. Because it fell off a tree somehow.
I know.
I know.
Last bracket. Right here. And if those brackets aren't in perfectly, when you put in your brake pads, they will tighten down.
Well, Dad, these look real shiny.
So next part is I'm gonna grab my C-clamp. So I'm gonna go right inside that piston. I'm gonna put that C-clamp on the back of it. And I'm gonna go right in the center of that piston. Okay, I wanna kind of show y'all.
I hold that.
Yeah, you were holding that? Okay, so then I'm just gonna start tightening down that C-clamp. And so I wanna show y'all as well. So this is what I'm doing. I'm getting right in that piston. I'm just gonna push that in, because that is actually what moves those brake pads. It squeezes those brake pads against it. So if I'm gonna put new brake pads in that aren't worn, I'm gonna have to push my piston in. That's why you need that C-clamp. Some cars, the piston is actually a screw in, and you can rent a tool from, you know, your local auto parts store, and it will actually screw that piston in for you. All right, my piston is in.
How can you do that, Daddy?
Well, I just rotate the C-clamp and it does that. All right, so now the fun part. Brand new brake pads. So you wanna make sure that they do line up with how the rotor is. So you will put this side towards the rotor, right there, and then this side on the back towards the rotor, so they make that. So now you need brake grease. So you're actually gonna apply the brake grease to the tips of your brake pads right here, because that's actually what's gonna slide in. I would not put the brake grease on the actual brake pads, because that will make your braking real slickerty, and you don't want that. Okay, so you can see I'm putting the brake grease on the edge of these pads right here. Okay, Jasper, can you hand me that towel, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Okay, so these should go in real easy.
All dirty. Well, those are brakes pads. Those are brake pads. Need something.
Okay, sometimes you gotta smack it in there, you know.
Wow, that's so cool.
Alright, we'll line up these down here.
Now I need to smack it. Now it's tight, it's on.
All right, so y'all can see right here, brand new brake pads on, brand new clamps on, really, really easy. Okay, so now the caliper, since I pushed that piston in, goes right through. You're gonna put the bolt right in the back. You're gonna make sure it's threaded correctly. Okay, get your wrench, tighten her up.
What am I gonna do with these?
Okay,
What
now it's
am I
tight.
gonna do with these?
Gonna get a little bit more leverage, make sure that it is on tight enough. Okay, that is good. And that is how you change brake pads. Now we just gotta put the tire back on. All right, so I got the tire back on, and I got my helper, and he's gonna actually screw on these lug nuts for me. Turn it right to the right. There you go. Screw it on nice. Good job, buddy.
It's tight enough.
Okay,
Next lug nut.
now do this one down here, so you go opposite.
This one now.
Kind of tricky, huh?
it keeps. There you go. Oh, there we go.
Oh, Hayden, you got the next one? Good job.
Thanks for helping me, Hayden. And D2. It should be tight enough.
Yep, you got another one? Okay, now start down here. Or go to this one because you want to go across. Are you going to put that one on, Hayden? Can you twist it?
Through it this way. This way. Hayden, this way.
Yep, turn it the other way.
Do it.
Yeah. All right, now twist it, Hayden. Twist it that way. Other way, other way. There you go. Now twist it. Good job. So like I said, guys, like y'all can get your kids involved with doing these projects and stuff. All right, last one, Jasper. Tighten it down.
Should be tight enough.
Good job. All right, so I just put the vehicle on the ground, took the jack out, and then you tighten up the lug nuts with your tire iron. So make sure those are tightened completely. You don't want a tire falling off on the road while you're driving. And Jasper, can you go ahead and put that cover back on? It's okay. Watch this. Boom. There it is. Okay. All right. So there it is. Changing brake pads. Super fun job. Got my kids involved. Really, really easy. Brake pads, once again, are about 30 bucks. If you go get a brake job at someone else's shop, you're definitely going to pay a lot more than that. But I also forgot last time to do my kickflip. So SkateDad, I love skateboarding, picked it up, do it with my kids. So we're doing DIYs, learning how to be a dad, and so we're gonna do stuff. So check out this kickflip. There we go. So change brake pads, easy job, did a kickflip. Please, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like the channel. Little Hayden skating too, super fun. And remember, be kind.